I am with Gleb Mitko of MRDC's Freedonia group, and we're talking about electric power equipment and heavy machinery. In addition to lowering emissions, what are the advantages of going electric in the heavy machinery industry?
Well, one of I think the biggest advantages is to begin with the much lower fuel costs. So that's a major concern for many operators, especially in isolated areas where transporting fuel is considerably harder. The second issue, I think, is for operators themselves, the person in the machine actually has lower levels of harmful gases that they face on an everyday basis, which makes the job a lot safer. They also have a lot less noise, which improves comfort. So maintenance costs are always a pretty big concern for companies because of what they contribute to the bottom line. And the simplified design of electric and hybrid machines often means that the maintenance costs are lower. These machines also have reduced idling time, which limits wear and tear of the engine. And that also helps to extend the life of the machine and gives a huge advantage over ICE models.
Very cool. So what role will governments play in the rise of electric and hybrid equipment?
The role of governments is largely two-pronged. So the adoption of new green energy legislation, such as emissions regulations, will push operators to buy new machines that comply with standards. These regulations at the same time make ICE models more expensive because manufacturers of those machines have to incorporate new emissions control technologies. And a second way that governments drive the electrification of heavy equipment industries is by encouraging the shift through using incentives like subsidies or having targeted kind of programs that encourage sustainable forestry or sustainable agriculture. And this helps to bring these machines into use in a given country.
Very cool, thank you. And does this all mean that ICE models' days are numbered?
I think the last few years, we've definitely seen an acceleration of the electrification of heavy equipment industries. There's definitely a rise in how many companies offer these machines. We've also seen the performance gap shrink and the prices of these machines have kind of come down. And this has made a huge difference. We have seen concerns about environmental issues spread to many industrializing countries, and governments there have acted as well. So we will see huge inroads made by electric and hybrid machines. But at the same time, the use of ICE models, I think, will remain fairly strong in some parts of the world. In some instances, these machines fill a niche application, and in others, their lower price will continue to be a main concern for companies and operators with limited financial resources. I think beyond 2030, we will see a lot faster kind of shift to electrification, but in the near term, I think there will still remain a lot of demand for ICE machines, particularly in industrializing countries.